What's up, everybody? It's ChazCoin here with some more ChazCoin talks about crypto. And I've had a couple of requests on some videos for the newcomers in the world, and let's get down to it. I mean, this is a really new industry, so we've got a lot of new people rolling in year after year, month after month, and there's just a lot of questions going on. So today, for this one, we're going to talk about how you exactly buy. I'm going to show you the best way I can show you how to buy in the two simplest forms, and I'll show you a third way to kind of do some trading, but really to buy in and get out. I'll show you kind of two methods, the easier method and the harder method of doing of which. And I'll kind of explain both of them as we go. So let's get over to my famous good old web view. Oh yeah. So this is Coinbase. I'm not going to show you what my amount is. I'm going to try to hide everything I can, even though I really don't have that much in Coinbase. But I am KYC certified, and that's like a big deal in the crypto exchange world, in the sense that if you want to get in and out and you want to buy with a debit card or a credit card, or link a bank account, something like that, you're going to have to kind of go through their verification process, which it's pretty easy. It's a step-by-step process. You're going to take a picture of your driver's license. You're going to usually they make you do like a video of you saying something and like turning your head and stuff like that. I remember Binance originally, back in the day when they first started, I had to like hold up an image with like the date and everything on it. You had to take a picture of like a piece of mail that you got in from like a bill or a utility or something like that to prove your address. Which I'm going through that process right now with Binance US. I was certified on Binance, but not Binance US, and I just kind of wanted the US side to kind of go for a little bit before I jumped over. But let's talk about the easy way to buy crypto. All right, so let's say you got a Coinbase account, you set it all up, you went through the verification process. All right, and then we look here. This is our dashboard. Here's all the little cryptos, and I've set this up because I'm kind of monitoring these right now. All right, and let's just say that you want to buy Bitcoin. That's the one you want. All right, it doesn't really matter. It applies to all of these the same way, but let's just pretend Bitcoin is the one you want right now. All right, so we're going to go view asset, and you can see over here how it says like buy and everything like that. You can see the price of it, and really you can press buy and sell up here, and I'll just show you. It's the same thing as you're seeing over here on the right hand side. It just gives it to you right here, and I'm just doing it to make it easier for you. This is the bank account debit card really that I've set up, and I call it Brian Bank. Good luck hacking into that crap, man. I can't even buy Bitcoin. I have to literally call them and authorize my purchases every single time I try to buy any kind of crypto. So I'm really not concerned about you trying to hack into my crap. I mean, it would be impossible. Good luck. This is like a local bank to where I am, which also will tell you exactly where I am, or for the most part, but this is more of a local bank, so they have local security. But ultimately, you want to hook up your credit card or your debit card or your bank account, and then you can choose which account. So if I clicked on this, you can see multiple different accounts that I got. I think you can set up like a PayPal and a couple other ways, all right? And then you want to buy which cryptocurrency you want to buy. You can choose which one here, but we're going to do Bitcoin for right now. And you can buy up to 70, or I can buy up to 7,500. I mean, depending on your like account and your verification process and what you're trying to do, you can up this if you want to. But if you up this, I mean, you're not wanting to buy over here. All right, so let's just pretend we want to buy 500. We want to buy $500 worth of US dollar worth of Bitcoin. All right, so let's preview buy, and that says that we're going to buy 0.02490209 Bitcoin at an exchange rate of the current price of 19,302. Now, I want you to see that it's 19,200, but over here it's $100 more. They up the price on you, and the reason why they do that is if there's like a drastic fluctuation while they're trying to buy it, they want to not get screwed. And they're essentially making money off of you doing this, because once they make the purchase at $100 cheaper, well, where do you think that profit comes from or goes? It goes to them, not you. There's a fee there, and then the total, and then you press buy, good to go. It's literally that easy. I'm not even joking. That's how much Bitcoin you would own. It's really weird. You can own really small fragments of the coin. But I mean, it would be $500 or really roughly $480 worth, because you got to take out fees and stuff like that. But ultimately, that's roughly about $480 worth of Bitcoin that you would have then at that point. So press buy, boom, done, and then you would have it over here in your wallet. So if you looked at your wallet here, it's going to say I have 0, but you can see that I've sent things in and out of here. I've transferred, bought some, stuff like that. So I've done a lot of purchasing, a lot of stuff like that. I mean, you can see how much I was pulling and pushing, but ultimately I have 0 right now. But you would see like, hey, you have 0.09 or 0.02 or whatever it was Bitcoin, and it would equal $480. And that's essentially how you buy Bitcoin on here. And then you can store it. This is an exchange. So when someone says, are you holding it on an exchange, and you hold it on Coinbase, and I don't care really how you look at it, you're holding it on an exchange. All right, so that's the easy way to buy it. All right. Now you can send it out of here to a private wallet off the exchange that no one controls and only you can control, but you can't convert that into dollar. The reason why Coinbase is great is that whatever I'm holding in here or send into here, because I could have some XRP, instantly send it into my XRP account on the exchange and then trade it and sell it for dollars, and then I can bail out and send my dollars. I have PayPal set up, so I can have it just like, hey, I want to sell, 500 Ripple. That would be like $300 worth, I think, right now, something like that. And so I want to take that $300 and then I want to go send it into my PayPal account, and it would be pretty instant. I've done it a bunch of times. It's very smooth and it's a great transition. So you just set up your PayPal account, and once you sell it for a dollar at that point, because you can say like buy and sell, and you can say sell. I want to sell for cash. And it will deposit into like a cash account a cash wallet that you would essentially have at that point. And you can see kind of roughly that I have some Stellar in here. But it would put it in one of these accounts that you have for cash, and then at that point you can sell back out and get out of there and go into your PayPal account. So that's like the easy way to do it. All right. And then the little bit trickier way is to go off. Now, this applies to any like trader exchange, right? This is how you saw the $100 bump that we just saw. Like when you were trying to buy Bitcoin, they're bumping it up $100. They're charging you $20 just for that transaction to make happen. All right, so you're getting really screwed really in the end when you do it that way. I do it this way. It's really not good. You should really move your money in here. Once you set up your account and everything like that, I mean, you can come see here that I'm hiding all of this stuff, which I really like that they do that. But you can see like you could deposit US dollar into your Binance account or your Coinbase account. And then with this, you can go on to the trading platform over here, and you can essentially buy then with that US dollar. So let's pretend we're going to buy Bitcoin again. I hate how slow this is going tonight, like really slow. Just to give you a quick rundown of what you're looking at, all right? So up here, it's Bitcoin to USD. That means that you want to trade Bitcoin in USD. This could be Bitcoin and XRP, which means that you're using Bitcoin and XRP to trade back and forth. You can't use XRP here. This is only Bitcoin or USD. You have to have one of the two to be in this little trade buy and sell here part. You can trade this up. I mean, doesn't have to be that. You can kind of come over here and pick. But let's just chat about the whole thing real quick. This is your overview. This is your pricing and your highs and your lows and the trading volume of the day, kind of your overlook. Over here on the left-hand side is your books. This is like current orders right now. All of the red right here are trying to sell. So you can see that these are like open orders, right? These are not. This one right here at the very bottom is the closest to the actual price. This is the actual price. This is the closest to the selling. This is the closest selling price to that active price, and this is the closest buying price. And the way you need to look at this is like, this is a bunch of people putting in sell orders, all right, at all these different prices. So if I were to put in a sell order of Bitcoin and say I want to sell at the price of $19,207.86, if I wanted to sell and I put in a limit at that, and we'll talk about a limit in a second, but I put in a sell and I want to sell only at that price. Well, there's 8,000 Bitcoin right now ready to be sold at that price, all right? And you can see kind of where it is in the order, all right? That's right here is the one that's getting taken care of. It's the one being gobbled up right now. That's the price, 19,202. There's 192 Bitcoin, and they're being kind of bought up. And then right here is the, hey, I'm looking to buy Bitcoin at $19,198, and there's 1,300 people trying to do that right now. And this is that middle price in between these two. They call that the spread. So these are people trying to sell. These are people trying to buy. This is the price. If your order kind of bumps up and gets put into this spot right here in between, that's when it starts getting filled and you start buying or selling. But if you're way up here, then you're not being filled. Your orders are not being taken care of. They're just in the queue right now. These are just queued up orders. That's all you need to see. These are queued up selling orders. These are queued up buying orders, and they go in order. I mean, this is like the furthest to the closest. These are the ones that are being taken care of. These are the ones actively selling. These are the ones actively buying right now. And everything else is queued up to try to get to that spot. And the price keeps going up, and you'll see it kind of, these get taken care of. The price goes down, you start seeing more of these getting taken care of, and things like that. Over here, this is the actual trading view of the chart. These are candlesticks. I love candlesticks. Candlesticks are like, these are 1 hour candlesticks. All right. So that means that each stick, all right, this like green stick right here is 1 hour. That's 1 hour worth of trading. And if it's green, that means that it went up and ended at the top. And that was it ended higher than it started. That's essentially what that means. And if it's red, it means it went down and it was lower than it started. So greens always start at the bottom of a red, and reds always start at the top of a green. So you see how it starts at the bottom, goes down, starts at the bottom, goes up, starts at the top, goes up, starts at the top, goes down, starts at the bottom, goes up, starts at the top, goes up, starts at the top, and goes down. So you see how that kind of works in that candlestick pattern. And you can watch it in like real time if you get in here. And you say like, let's go to the 1 minute. Can you do 1 minute? No, that's 1 month. I want to do 1 minute. So you can see candlesticks accordingly. I mean, all kinds of candlesticks when it comes down to it. I wish you could see like the up and down motion of it. But it'll go, you can kind of see it going up, down, and like these little wicks, they call them, the wick, that's how high it got, but then it came back down, all right? So it went up that high or it went down that low at some point. That's kind of what those wicks are. It went up that high, but it came back down, and reds are always negative, so that's where it started, and that's where it ended. Greens are always positive, so the bottom's always where you start, the green's always where you end, and the wick is always where it went at some point. This wick could have been really high up here, and it could still be green. So like this right here, it went up even higher, and then it came back down, and it settled right there, but you still see the wick because that's where it went at some point. All right, so that's really what a candlestick is. And you can do different, like you can do 1 week candlesticks. And what that means is like that one candlestick right here, this one red one, that's a week's worth of trading. And so that week was a negative week. That was a down week. We started up here at the beginning of the week, and after 7 days, we ended right here at 10,000. And then that's another week. And these little babies right here, they call them like little dojis or whatever. I forgot. I think they're called dojis, where they're just like lines and nothing really took place. So that's really what a candlestick is. And I would like to get back out. What's going on here? What you doing, computer? I think it just like zoomed out on me. Why would it do that? I want to zoom in. Zoom in. Let's make it even bigger. Yeah. There we go. All right. So that's what that is. Over here is just your choice of coins for USD. So these are all based on the US dollar. So you can come in here and trade any of these coins, ADA, Algo, Atom, Band, BAT. These are all, and you can star which ones you want to watch and stuff like that. Trade history is just like, what the history of the last. So these were a lot of buys, a lot of sells. Sells one. That sell. These are the buy and sells. Essentially, the history of it all. And then over here you have the way to buy it and sell it. All right. So you have Bitcoin right here that you can. If you do it for the market, that just means whatever the price is at right now. I don't care if it fluctuates. Just buy me X amount of Bitcoin. All right. I don't care. As long as I have enough US dollar to do it, you can pretty much just say buy at market value, and it will just start buying. And it doesn't really care what the price is. It just starts buying the cheapest or the best sell price that it can possibly find. And if it gobbles them all up and it still needs more Bitcoin, then it will go to the next price up and start buying that too. So the price can kind of fluctuate as you're buying through a market buy. It just fulfills your order. It doesn't really care what the price is too much. It just wants to do it. If you do a buy limit, that means you set a price. And when you buy limit, that means that it's only going to buy at that price or better than that price, which means that it would be cheaper than that price. So if it gets down to 19,201 or anything cheaper than that, then it will start buying. If the price starts going back up, it'll stop buying and just leave the rest of the order sitting. And you will only have X amount of Bitcoin that it was capable of buying. And then when the price hits there again, it will start buying again. So it will try to fulfill the whole thing, but it will only do the purchasing if the price is what you said or better. And that applies to selling too. If you want to sell Bitcoin and you say, I'm only going to sell at this price, which means that once the price hits that, it's going to start selling. If the price goes lower, then it's going to stop selling. But if the price goes up, it will continue to sell. It's only going to give you a better deal. So you only want to sell when the price is going up. You only want to buy when the price is going lower. All right, so when you do a limit and you're buying, the price will be that price or anything lower. When you're selling, the price will be that price that you set or anything higher. All right, and then they'll just sit, and that's how you get a better price. I mean, you got to be patient. This is a little bit more advanced trading, but that's the way that you get more bang for your buck. This is the way that people put in orders, and then they just sit and wait, and your order will eventually be fulfilled. And people put in like sell orders at like, you know what, Bitcoin's at 19,000. I'm going to put a sell in for 20,000. It'll hit 20,000 while you're out at dinner. Your whole sell order will go off in the background, and everything gets taken care of for you. And then hopefully the price goes back down, and then you can buy back in, something like that. So people put those in as like an automatic trade, and that's why you'll see like these, depths or whatever, and these sell walls. That's just all the selling orders that are right now. That's how many sell orders there are just sitting in the queue waiting to be sold. These are all the buys that are sitting in the queue waiting to be bought. And that's the price in between that it's meeting at, and just try to gobble these up, and that's just kind of an example of the volume of people that have put out sell orders that are just sitting out there right now waiting to be sold. And buy orders as well. People will put out a ton of buy orders that just sit out in the queue and just wait to get bought. And that's essentially all you do. You just say, I want X amount of Bitcoin, and I want it for this price, and I put in the limit, and then boom, it just sits it out there. And you can see down here, if you have any open orders, and it will just say like, hey, you're trying to buy this much Bitcoin at this price or better, and we're waiting to fulfill it. And sometimes it'll be like 50% fulfilled, which means that it got 50% of the Bitcoin you wanted at the price that you wanted, but it didn't get it all, so it's waiting for that price to come back. And, I mean, it may never hit that price. Your order may just sit there forever. So some people put like deadlines on those orders for like a week or, whatever, or till you cancel. Doesn't really matter. And that money kind of puts into an escrow account almost, where it like locks up, so you can't extend your limit order past how much dollar you have, So like if all your limit orders were to go off at the same time and you don't have enough money to fulfill all of them, it wouldn't work that way. This is all kind of set up to be like, hey, I see that you have a bunch of locked up dollars waiting to buy other orders. You can't do that here. But again, you've got to be verified, same process as Coinbase. You've got to get dollars in, and the way to do that is to get verified by them. Buy it with your debit card, or over the counter. They have over the counter trading, which I'll talk about probably in another video, because I want to go over that a little bit more in depth, like on my free time, so that I can make sure that I give you a better understanding of what that is. But it's supposed to be just a better price, and like more of just OTC is over the counter. And it's supposed to be more of a stable price. Like, hey, we're not going to jack it up. We're going to give you the price that we say, blah, blah, blah. But I really have never used it, and I've never done it, so I want to make sure that I understand it better before I start telling you about it. But these are the best two ways to do it. Go on Coinbase, buy it this way. It's a little bit more mainstream and user-friendly. There's an app for it, etc. But you're going to get price gouged, so you're going to get cut on the price. And then over here, I mean, you can go on Coinbase Pro too. So don't get me wrong. Coinbase has Coinbase Pro. It's the same idea as Binance. you can just transfer, like you could buy Bitcoin on Coinbase and then transfer it over to your Coinbase Pro account for free, and then do all the same. It's the same stuff. I mean, we talked about all the same things. And here's your little area right here where you can pick and choose your coins and your limit and your market orders. And we'll do. You don't need to know about a stop order right now. It doesn't really matter. But ultimately, you can do it on Coinbase or Binance. Doesn't matter. Same thing. Same idea. They're all the same, really, in the end. So if you go over what I just talked about, you can generally see what any of these trading platforms do. And even like the advanced version of this, I wouldn't say it's any more truly advanced other than the way that it's all like designed, like they just redesigned everything. But you still have your trading candlestick view. You still have all the coins that you can trade and pair up. You still have your open orders down here for your limits and stuff like that. You still have the spread, which would be the current price, and then all the buys and all the sells. You still have all of the history right here of what's been going on, and you still have all of this. It's the same thing. There's really no difference to this whole thing. That's why I've never really understand the trade advanced versus basic. To me, it's the same thing. I guess you get a little bit more options maybe over here. I don't even think so. I think it's the same thing. But that's generally how it works. And then there's a DEX, and I'll let and the DEX is the same thing. This is my little bonus. You can't bring dollars into a DEX yet. But you can bring crypto like XRP into this account, and then my XRP can then be the base currency essentially to buy and sell things. I know you see US dollar. You can hold US dollar, it's like an IOU kind of a thing. I don't want to really get into this just yet. I just know that you can. It's the same concept. You have your market and your limit sells over here. You've got your spread right here, which is the current price, and then all your sell orders and all your buy orders. You got your place where you see the current orders that you placed out, your candlestick view. That's all this is. It's just another candlestick view, and then all the trade history over here. It's the same thing. There is just no difference really in any of this. The DEX is no difference other than a company runs Binance. No one runs the DEX. It's a decentralized exchange. But I'm going to leave that for the other video, which is centralized exchanges versus decentralized exchanges. I really just wanted to show you how to buy crypto and kind of the easier way to do that, I should say. So I hope that you got a good understanding. I didn't really want to go through it the whole thing, but I mean, I went close enough that you should be able to kind of generally get an idea of what everything is and how you can do it. If you want to go the easy route, go Coinbase. You can just set up your debit card. You can just buy some like you're buying some candy at the store. It's really, really easy. And you just have it there. It's going to be more expensive. Or you can send money in to, you can transfer money in, like a wire transfer or something like that. It's going to take a little longer, but it's cheaper. And then you can just, essentially when you're on Coinbase Pro or Binance, they don't charge you per trade you're making. So essentially you can put in a limit or a market order at that point, and you don't have to get the price gouging because you can get the price that you want. And then there's no $20 Coinbase fee to just purchase it. I mean, Coinbase is just a bunch of fees and kind of markups, and then the pro trading kind of sites or whatever that you're using, those are the ones that you can get away with just transferring money in and then buying things without having to pay all the fees. And it just comes down to if you're a newbie and you're just trying to get into crypto and that's all you're looking to do and you don't care about anything else, by far go with Coinbase. I know I'm saying that it's price gouging you, but it's just a good way to get in. It's easy. You don't have to deal with all the other crap. You're paying for convenience, and there's nothing wrong with that. We live in 2020. You should be able to pay for some convenience if you want to. And then if you're a bigger time seller and you're going to do a lot of trading, or a big time like buy, like you're buying thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars worth, and yeah, you want to do a wire transfer or something like that, and you want to go through the pro side because you'll get a better deal, and that really does matter at that point. When you're talking about that much money, you'll pay hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in fees and price gouging in the end, and at that point, look, $20 is one thing, but hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in fees is a totally different story. I would suggest doing wire transfers at that point. It'll take a couple days, but you'll get a better deal in the end, in my opinion. Like, you really got to do that wire transfer right during the run-ups, and that would suck, but it's not the most common thing. So if you're just a little bit more patient, you can go that route, save a little bit more money, or you can just buy it on Coinbase and pay for the convenience of having it done that way. So I hope that helped out with you, and let me know if you have any problems or have any questions. Just leave it in the comments. I'm going to try to make some more videos. I appreciate your time, and see you till next time.